About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. On the ground, it's a rookie from Tennessee. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Back to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throw left side. There's London. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
Nothing on the the screen that time. Now it's third down. When you look at this defense, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. Now inside the 25. And all the way in for the touchdown. Matthew Golden, 55 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go. Set.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
To the air goes Daniels. And he's got his big. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Touchdown! Matthew Golden with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you want to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Throwing now is Daniels. Finding Smith and Jigba downfield. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Daniels. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. They go play action. Daniels. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means he'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Sampson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
Here's Matt Araiza now. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Daniels going to keep it. guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
On first down, it's Genty. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
A gain of 16 yards.
Come on.
Results in a first down.
Daniels looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Cockrell holds it in left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Daniels. That went out wide and intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
He sets to fire deep. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And they rattle off a big one. 51 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. Up the middle they go. Sampson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5. Got a man. It's London. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 27.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. That's caught downfield. It's Golden. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
70 Lions.
Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Come on.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The final shot before break. Daniels. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this 3rd quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold the lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it'll be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
A gain of 18 on the play.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. To the right side and intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be an even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
So he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
He was brought down by
2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 26-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. That'll be complete to Sampson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run on 1st down with Wright. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 8. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
18 Cardinals. Ready,
Once again, it's Genty. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
The run straight ahead with Genty. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now 2nd and 9. Up the middle, it's Genty. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line.